Number 17. 500 over 100. Let's think about 100. To divide the numerator by 100 and to divide the denominator also by 100. So 500 divided by 100, it gives me 5. 100 divided by 100, it gives me 1. This is an example, but he wants two equivalent fractions. So let's think about another number. Why not to divide the 500 by 10? And also the 100, the denominator, by 10. If I divide by 500 by 10, it gives me 50. And if I divide 100 by 10, it gives me 10. And this is another equivalent fractions. Here I'm thinking about numbers to use them and divide the numerator and the denominator. So I got two equivalent fractions. Number 18, 4 out of 12. If I divide the numerator by 2 and the denominator by 2, the answer will be 2 out of 6 because I used 2 as a factor and I divide the numerator and the denominator by 2. If I divide the numerator and the denominator by 4, I can find 1 out of 3. And it's right. It's another equivalent fraction. Number 19, 30 over 10. If I divide 30 out of 2 and 10 out of 2, the answer will be 15 out of 5 because I divided it by 2. So 30 divided by 2, it makes 15. 10 divided by 2, it makes 5. If I think again about another number, if I divide the numerator by 10 and the denominator by 10, the answer will be 3 out of 1 because 30 divided by 10, it gives me 3. 10 divided by 10, it gives me 1. Number 20. Let's think about 10 and divide 60 by 10 and divide 100 by 10. So 60 divided by 10, it gives me 6. 100 divided by 10, it gives me 10. If I think about 4 and I divide the numerator by 4 and the denominator by 4, I can find 15 out of 25, and it's right. So two equivalent fractions. I'm thinking about numbers to use them and divide the numerator and the denominator. Now, number 21. 50 out of 10. Why not to use 10 and divide the numerator by 10 and the denominator by 10? If I divide that 50 by 10, it gives me 5. If I divide 10 by 10, it gives me 1. So 5 out of 1, it's an equivalent fraction. Now, let's think about 5. If I use 5 for the numerator and the denominator, and I divide the numerator by 5 and I divide the denominator by 5, 50 divided by 5, it makes 10. 10 divided by 5, it makes 2. These are sample answers. You can think about other numbers and you can use another numbers to divide and bring equivalent fractions. Number 22.